And welcome to the Indiana State Esports stream for Super Smash Bros. On today, February 26th. I am Noel Callahan, and alongside me is our other shoutcaster.
Seth Bergquist.
He's here. It took a hot second. I had to beg you.
I was bribed.
Yes, he was bribed. What did I bribe you with?
I don't remember. I'm here now. That's all that matters.
That's true. Um, so, Seth, what are you looking forward to today? What are you excited about?
Well, honestly, I think it's just going to be a good matchup overall. Velpo's got a pretty strong team. Their entire esports organization just overall is very, very strong. And seeing this is kind of a good point halfway through the season just to kind of see how we've progressed, and see, well, playing teams in the past that have been really, really good. I think Valpo is a good checkpoint of one of the better teams in the conference now. Seeing just kind of how we match up, I think is going to be very beneficial.
Yeah. Do you have any standout players that you have noticed over the last weeks?
Well, of course, you can point out your obvious. You could point out Wook. You can point out Breezy. And obviously people want to talk about those ones. I do want to talk a little bit about Plasma Monkey, though. I think Plasma Monkey has been doing a lot of improving. It took him a long time to kind of figure out what his main was going to be, and I think he's finally gotten comfortable with a player, and we're finally going to see some actual strategizing out of him. Also, Tricky has done a lot of improving over the past couple weeks from what I've seen, and I think if we get our perfect sort of combination of players together in a match, I think we might actually be able to put something together that's pretty magical.
Yeah, I'm excited. We're going to go to a quick break really quickly, and we will be back in just a few minutes. And we are back. All right, we had to fix some technical issues, or maybe technical issues. I don't know.
Possibly.
Possible technical issues. We're going to find
Technology.
out. But yeah, so how are you doing tonight, Seth?
I'm doing very well. I forgot several days in a row that I was doing this today, and then this morning I woke up and I said I'm calling Smash today. I finally remembered and put on the jacket, and we're we're ready to go now.
We're here.
I'm
We're
excited.
ready. We're excited. So as I said earlier today, we are going to do Smash Bros. We are playing against Valparaiso. Seth, you are from Valparaiso.
It's where I live.
How do you feel about going up against your home team today?
A little scared.
You're a little scared?
A little scared because I know my parents are going to text me if we lose tonight, and they're going to be like, "Should have stayed in Valpo." I can't really help that.
Yeah,
now.
you can't really
It's too
blame
late.
them. Yeah, I'm excited. I don't know about you, but I'm excited to see how we do, because I remember last year Valpo was a pretty strong team, but we were able to match up to them relatively well, and so I'm excited to see how this all goes. Honestly, I'm excited to see Easy Breezy play. I love watching Easy Breezy play every single week. He's like one of my favorite, people to like. He's so entertaining to watch.
Absolutely, and he's been in this position before, right? He knows, he knows what it feels like to be under this kind of pressure, and he's very, very used to it and knows how to play very, very well. And he knows he has some teammates behind his back that if he messes up once or twice, it's not just him alone up there, and we do have some other strong players on the team, and really, if he just kind of keeps that core, your Easy Breezy, Wook, your core players together, if everybody plays pretty solid, it's going to be a very interesting match.
That is true. And we are getting word that we do have the player that is going up for Valparaiso. Their gamer tag is Trombone. I believe that they are in the process of selecting their stage and whatever characters they're going to make. I do remember, if you remind me, I can't remember what Wook mains off the top of my head.
DK.
He mains DK? Okay.
Big Monkey.
Oh my gosh. Yes, Big Monkey.
Big Monkey.
He mains DK, and I am honestly excited to see what Valpo is going to choose to kind of counteract that DK, because, DK is a pretty heavy hitter.
Very, very heavy hitter, but there's also some cons, right? And
Yes.
with every player, there's going to be some downfalls. But I think Wook's gotten pretty comfortable, and I think Wook knows what his weaknesses are when he's playing DK, and unfortunately, in the first game, if you want to call it that, even though it's not how a cruise match works, it's kind of blind player. You don't know who you're playing until there's too late to kind of adjust.
Yeah.
So really, it could be it could go any way, honestly.
I will note that we are incorrect. Wook is playing Luigi. You were wrong, Seth.
I'm disappointed.
It's okay. We're allowed to make mistakes. We're human beings, right?
Yeah.
All right. We are going to just keep talking for a little bit, honestly, because I feel like if we go to a break right now. Oh.
Yep. So they're getting
There
it.
we go. See?
This is happening.
Look at me go.
We're getting there.
All right. So we are going to go in. I believe that Trombone is playing as. Oh, never mind. They're choosing their stage.
He's playing it. We saw it, though. We saw who he was playing.
We did see it. He's playing as Falco. Trombone is playing as Falco.
I didn't know if we were going to say it.
Yeah, we're playing. We're going to say it. We're going to say it.
We'll put it out there in the world.
We got
Trombone's
things
playing
to say.
Falco.
And I'm excited. I don't think it's been, if I have seen Valco played, it's been a minute. And so I can't off the top of my head remember what his, specialties are.
I remember last year having a few opponents that had players that mained Falco. And I remember we played against a Falco a number of times. There's some strong advantages. There's some very, very strong advantages there. Luigi is one of those characters that's a little generic.
Yeah.
Right? There's not a ton of special things that Luigi has, so it's tricky to see a character like Luigi take down a Falco. But
I'm excited to see where it goes, but it does look like we are in fact getting into the game. So let's go ahead and switch on over. Like we said, Wook as Luigi and Trombone as Falco. What are you expecting to see, honestly, off the top of your head?
a lot of flying. Not necessarily flying, but just a lot of airtime. And Luigi is not always the player that's best with that, but Falco, being a bird, can fly quite well. So it's just about Trombone using that to his advantage. But I know Luke has gotten very, very good at edge guarding. So it's about trying to get Falco to come back and making sure you're hitting at the perfect time. And I think he's going to be very capable of doing that here.
So far, I am seeing quite an honestly even matchup. between the two, with like just looking strictly at those percentages, each of them are getting their good licks in, their good combos, and they're just, but it's a very back and forth game so far.
Yeah, of course. And it's all about timing. And that first stock is all about trying to feel out your other opponents, find out their playing style, and seeing if you can predict what they're going to be able to do going through the second and third stock. And I think Wook is picking up on that quite easy, quickly bringing him up to 125 now. And, with some right edge guarding right there, he's going to be able to get that first stock.
And that is honestly so exciting, simply just because it's been a minute since I've seen the Sycamores open with the stock losses, with like being able to take away stocks from the other team, and it feels like Wook has finally found, a character to be comfortable in, and that was a phenomenal.
A fantastic recovery, and
great recovery.
I do think, going off of what you said, Wook is an amazing first player to put out there because he's not your best on the team, but he's so incredibly solid. And he does take a stock there, but he's still got 100% on trombone here.
Yeah.
But thinking, like, strategically, you're putting a very, very solid foot first, and Valpo doesn't know what's coming soon.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, it's one of those things where I think Wook last year, just comparing him from this year to last year, the confidence that he has and his abilities and like what he is able to do has grown exponentially.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm trying to remember if there are any recurring teammates from last year.
I think it's just Wook.
It's literally just Wook. Seeing how far he's come from last year and seeing how much he's matured gameplay-wise has been very fun to see.
Valiant effort from Wook there with that recovery, but he just wasn't able to pull it through. And look at that. Look at that. We are both down one stock. Honestly, whoever wins, they're still going to have a hard time going up against that next player because they both only have one stock left.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the fun thing about the cruise match, right? You don't get any of those stocks back. So coming back, we don't know who that player is going to be, but it's possible that it's 1, 2, 3, and Falco's done, and we have to go to Valpo's next player.
Yeah, and even still, even though if it is the Sycamores do take this one loss, I don't know who. There we go.
Insane highlight from Wook there.
Look at that.
A race to the bottom of the map.
That was amazing. I was impressive. But that does mean that in the next match, we are going to have Wook with only one stock. I mean, Valpo's 3.
In my opinion, you just have to take one stock, and if you die after that, you're still in the lead, right?
That's true.
It's just about you have the momentum now, just keeping that momentum and making sure that your players follow up with the same amount of strength. And Wook, I want to talk about that last play because that was Wook. He knew it was risky, right? Like he was like, I'm going to leave the stage now, and if I don't get this hit, my stock is gone. And just beautiful expertise on that play to be able to put it together.
That was definitely a judgment call that paid off in like the best way possible. And I would like to point out, like I said last year, he would not have made that judgment call. He would have frantically tried to avoid doing exactly what just happened. And that is just so insane that he was able to make that much growth in like such a short period of time.
No, absolutely. Having the confidence is just as important as having the skill, right? If you know you have the skill, but you're too nervous to make that impressive play, you're just not going to do it. And eventually, like, who knows what would have happened if he didn't get that, right? But, yeah, now that he has the confidence, and that's not something that we probably would have seen from him last year just because he didn't really have that confidence. Seeing that he has that now is very impressive, the jump that he's made.
That's very true. We are getting word that the next Valparaiso player is Vortic, which honestly, obsessed with that gamer tag.
It's a great tag.
It's phenomenal.
Great tag.
I need to stop saying the word phenomenal. This was an issue last night where I just keep saying the word phenomenal. I think Emma suggested I say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious at one point.
I'll keep that.
You'll keep it?
You do that. Okay. That's way more fun.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
We can make a list of just words that mean cool.
Just cycle through them, the synonyms.
I'll just have it up on my computer, and you just look over and be like, that was fantabulous. There you go.
Fantabulous. That's a phenomenal one. We're going straight into the game with Vortic playing as Greninja, which is...
speedy.
Yes.
It's a fast player.
This is exciting. Sorry, I apologize. I pressed the wrong button. in my periphery. We're going to take those 2 homing stocks. And just this hurts me a little bit to see the Sycamores left with only 1 stock to Valpo's 3. And considering Greninja is, oh yes, I'm sorry,
Very fast.
considering he is one of those characters that is just so quick, and looking at the confidence that Luke is already displaying, this is insane. And I am expecting Valpo to expect this to be a very quick game to be over with.
Difficult recovery there.
But he's still saved it, which was honestly amazing. And I have noticed so far that it seems that Greninja, correct me if I'm wrong if you know anything, but it seems like Greninja is very much an airborne kind of character.
Greninja can be. I think there's a little bit of a mix with Greninja, but mostly I think it depends on the style of player. Honestly, I think you can use both ways, but it's about whether or not you use them better in the ground or in the air.
That's true.
I think Vortic here just prefers playing in the air, and they're doing it quite well.
Yes, they are. And I think that Luke is able to notice that, and unfortunate loss of stocks, but that does mean that we are completely tied up.
Completely tied.
Completely tied up. This is anybody's game still at this point.
That's true, but we know the strength of Vortic now, right?
We do.
We saw how that stock went. We know what the style of play is going to be going forward, and luckily we get Easy Breezy to come in and clean up for us.
We got Easy Breezy. Honestly, in baseball terminology, this man is our cleanup batter, and I love it. Sorry, I had to bring that up with Seth here. He's obsessed with baseball.
I'm a baseball guy.
He's a baseball guy. He is sort of our cleanup batter, honestly, and I am intrigued to see, knowing that Easy Breezy mains Daisy, and how projectile heavy that character is.
Insanely projectile heavy.
Such a projectile heavy character, and seeing that Greninja was also a relatively projectile heavy character. This is going to be a very interesting matchup. I'm curious to see how this is going to go. This is definitely going to be a very, I feel as though this is going to be a very edge guardy game. Very back and forth.
I won't disagree with you. There's a couple different options on how this way can go, on how this match can go. I think it also is very important to mention that Daisy being a projectile-heavy character, not all projectiles are super fast shots, right? And Vortic's fast.
Yes.
And it's easy for a character like Greninja to not get hit by those projectiles if they're just slowly bouncing across the stage, right?
That's true. I will notice that with Daisy's turnips specifically, specifically the way that they are delivered, it's very interesting because sometimes they can be fast and sometimes they cannot be. And I think that Easy Breezy is really going to have to pull out quite a few strategic moves throughout this whole game, because Vortic is a relatively talented and powerful player, especially on Greninja. We can tell that they know what each character is able to do. And so I am excited, honestly, to see where this is going to go.
Yeah.
They were just performing a button test really quickly just to make sure that everybody's controllers were working all good. And so we will be getting into the game shortly. I would like to know, Easy Breezy, as I said earlier, is my favorite player to watch. Simply just because he is so talented and capable and knows the game very well. Have you seen Easy Breezy play?
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen him a number of times, and it's hard to not mention what happened last week, right? Where it's 3-2-1 go, Breezy hits a 5-second combo, and the stock is gone.
Yeah.
Right? It's impossible to mention a highlight like that where just so quickly Breezy could take advantage.
Yeah, and so he definitely is able. I feel like he's able to come up with those decisions very quickly, and he's able to recognize what the other player's weakness is very quickly. And that's so important, especially in a game like Smash, because it is such a fast-paced game most of the time. And I can just see that right now Breezy is sort of cleaning up Vortic. This is insane. What are you noticing so far, Seth?
A lot, very ground heavy. There's not a lot of bouncing around. And, I mean, as we had already talked about these projectiles, right? Daisy's just trying to get some throws on, but also not just throwing, like taking swings in close range, right?
Yes.
Like that's also just as important. But then you mentioned things like that where Daisy tries to throw and it goes right over the head and off the stage, and then you got to wait for another projectile.
I would like to note, I think this is one of the only times that I've seen Daisy be consistently in close range combat with somebody. That was a phenomenal. That was a really good stock taken by the Sycamores. And honestly, with the Sycamores only being at 60%, this is just great playing by Easy Breezy. And I feel like with bringing up Luke first and then following that up with Easy Breezy against Vortic, that was a really good decision made by the coach to put those players up next. This is honestly just a cleanup game for Easy Breezy right here.
He almost tried a bit of a trick play there, just trying to toss the projectile in the air, maybe a perfect time, but doesn't look like he's going to need it. He's still got 3 stocks and taken Vortic down to 1.
Yeah, this is absolutely insane. I don't think I've seen the Sycamores do this ever. I think that the ordering of those players as of right now was a really good choice, and seeing, especially from the beginning of the season, how the players have improved is honestly amazing. And that was very close. I apologize. My breath
Caught yourself.
Yeah. Cool. That was I don't know. Like, this is just, they've improved so much over the whole season.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, I've mentioned this with a couple other people that just player order matters, right?
Mm-hmm.
You starting Luke, very strong. Hard to say that that's a bad call.
Yeah.
Having Breezy kind of pick up the character right after, already knowing the play style of the person before, and now, like, depending on how Breezy plays here, if he's able to go 3-0, like it's possible that he just takes the rest of this match. And yeah, like how I said in pregame, this is a great checkpoint on the season, and he's going to take that one right there and go 3-0.
And look at that. We have a 9-6 lead to the Sycamores. Claps all around the station. Everybody's excited. This is great.
That's a highlight.
This is
Put it in the highlight reel.
Yeah, we need to.
Yet another one from Breezy.
I feel like Breezy is just one of those people that just like absolutely cranks out highlights. And I'm excited to see what he does with this completely brand new player going up against him with his full 3 stocks.
Well, it's not like in the beginning where all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm playing Falco at this stage right now.
Yeah.
Right? It's a little bit different. Breezy's like, okay, I'm playing this player. Maybe he's done some stats. Maybe there's a scouting report that we don't know about, right? But he's saying, okay, he gets to know, okay, I'm playing this player, and they're playing this character. And you get that 30-second mental readiness of what that character plays like, if they're aerial heavy, if they're ground heavy, if they have projectiles, all that sort of thing, right? And Breezy is really good at picking up on that because, like I said before, he's played at frankly a better level than this, right? And he knows this pressure.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like having that talent on this team we are so lucky. We are so lucky for this.
The Purdue transfer.
The Purdue
transfer.
Purdue transfer, baby. We love it. Thank you, Purdue. Yoinked him.
I don't thank Purdue for a lot of things, but I'll thank you for Easy Breezy.
We will thank you for Easy Breezy. We appreciate it so. I'm excited to see. Okay, I feel like I bring this up with everybody that I cast with. I feel like stage selection is important, and I've been told that it is not. I am inclined to disagree with you. What do you think?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I think when you're talking about a player like Breezy, doesn't matter.
Okay.
When you're talking about a player who plays maybe a bit more casually, and you're talking about maybe Plasma Monkey, who's not at that top-tier level yet, you have to consider that some stages have 3 platforms, some even have 4, and some just have 1. And some players don't like having that platform above them where they can get dropped on, and that's very, very dangerous, especially if you're not a player of such a high tier. But for players like Breezy, you're just like, okay, he's above me. I just move over and I pop up and I do this and that and bing, bang, boom.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit more simple for players like Breezy and players like Wook. So my input in short form is yes and no. It depends on who the player is.
The TLDR is
Yeah.
yes and no, maybe. I've just gotten word that this is such a fun username.
Say the name.
Do you want to say it?
Say it.
You want me to say it?
You say it.
All right, we have Musky Tater on Valpo's team. Put your tongue back in your mouth.
I can't. I'm going to laugh if I don't.
Musky Tater playing Kirby, which I have not seen Kirby played in forever, since last year, and I loved watching Kirby play.
I haven't seen Kirby since Kerbly from last year.
Yep. And I loved watching Kirby be used because it's such a, like, I'm going to say it, this is an overpowered character, quite frankly.
For such a cute little ball.
Like he's so strong and fast. He has everything. The recovery is always phenomenal. He can literally like zoop people up and spit them back out. And so like this is definitely a very close range combat character. So apologies, I have to update this. Okay. What are you noticing so far?
A lot of ground. Not really utilizing those top platforms quite yet, but also they're very small. You know, Pokemon Stadium's kind of one of those ones where you have the platforms available to you, but it's only perfect timing that you should really be using them. And I think it's just a matter of Breezy just trying to find that perfect time. And also with projectiles, Daisy is a menace from above, right?
Yes.
Just being able to drop those projectiles is a huge benefit to playing with Daisy.
Yeah. Right now it seems that Kirby may be mopping the floor with Easy Breezy, but honestly, I feel like Breezy is just so capable about like all of the recoveries and everything. So I feel like this is a pretty evenly matched match so far, even if it's not necessarily reflected in those percentages. I will say Breezy is right in KO range, and that is making me a little nervous.
I mean, 110 and 90, in my opinion, once you pass 90, you can take a stock at any point.
That's true.
It just matters how big the next hit is. And I think, I'm not going to, I know Breezy's not playing with his food. He's not that type of player. But also, it's just about knowing when that smash needs to come. Knowing when you have to hit that major down smash or down air and getting that final hit in.
I've seen Kirby attempt to pull those down smashes a couple times. And so far, I mean, he just, Kirby attempted, but right now, if Kirby gets one good hit on Easy Breezy, he's gone, and we are back to...
You could tell he's playing a little bit defensive, like trying to get some running around.
Yeah.
Just trying to get hits at the perfect time, knowing he's probably not going to take that stock,
and that's
but
okay.
trying to get that 13% that will most likely make a difference here.
Yes, absolutely. And so the strategy right here is crazy. I'm not going to lie. That down smash from Kirby is a crazy move, especially it's being used quite a bit to recover. And I feel like they're just, I don't know, I feel like they're nice. But
Insane use of projectiles.
yep. This is, we were getting word that Easy Breezy made it 4 stocks and 2 players before losing his first stock. At all. That's crazy.
4 stocks before losing 1 is a stat that anybody would be proud to have.
Yep. And I feel like we might be quizzing Easy Breezy a little bit, but I feel like it's warranted.
Well, Breezy knew the skill level of the last person coming in, right? And he knew, okay, Vortic wasn't really at my level, so I could come in and attack, right? You could tell he's very more strategic with when he's hitting here. He's playing way more defensively and only taking those hits when absolutely necessary. Because he knows, and as Valpo should, when you watch a player like Breezy just go 3 stocks to none, you need to finally put that best foot forward.
Yeah. And I honestly, like you said earlier, player order does matter, and I feel like that both teams are executing that borderline perfectly, if not perfectly. And I think that the matchup here this is very back and forth, and this is very stressful. I feel like I'm about to have a heart attack. But like, I feel like the edge guarding from Breezy has been insane this entire game. And just, you know, that strategy was so well thought out the entire time that I've been enjoying it thoroughly. What about you, Seth? Anything notable so far that's happened while I've been yapping?
We're starting to pick up here. I think there was a lot of defense happening here. Now it's just fists are being thrown. This is an all-out grunge match at this point.
This is, and look at that. We are 1-1 right now, which is...
But 122, like this, right there.
And
that's the end of it.
And look at that.
Breezy going 6-2.
We have a lead of 7-3 to the Sycamores. So this means that all the Sycamores have to do is wipe out one more player.
Just one more player.
And they're good.
He has one stock to do it, honestly. I think Breezy can take one more stock here and before they pass it off to a new player, right? I do think it's possible. Valpo's got a deep lineup. I did hear some of the players talking about it. They're like, that's the biggest lineup in the roster, right? They can take any person in that room and say, okay, this is kind of our last shot, right? But I have to imagine with a roster that size, you have to have some players that are able to take on Breezy.
Yeah.
And really, it's just a question of how good this next player is. Because if he's at the same level that last person just was, maybe Breezy takes a stock before he dies. But that last stock is going to make a huge difference if you could pass it on to a player like Tricky, who is perfectly capable of coming in and saying, all right, these are the last 2 stocks that I have to take. I'm perfectly capable of taking 2 before I lose 3, right?
I wonder, I can't see him in the room right now, but I feel like a good person to put up right now would be Athanasius.
Yes.
That would be a really good player to put up.
I don't know
right
why
now.
we didn't talk about him in pregame.
I
knew nothing about this player when he came into tryouts, and all of a
he's-
sudden I was like, I'm going to get this man's jersey. Like, this is a...
He's not in my eye line, but I think he's in here. I can't see him. But, ooh, sorry. I just got word of who we're putting up right now.
Uh-oh. We got the big guy.
But
the big boss man.
I do think that putting up Athanasius, if AZ Breezy is able to take a stock away, or even if he's not, putting up Athanasius up against specifically this character would be a good move.
It's hard to not look at a 7-3 lead with a lot of hope. Like,
I am being skeptically optimistic. Skeptically optimistic.
in my mind, it's happening. But I mean,
Seth is gonna put some commentator's curse on us right now, and I'm gonna throw hands.
really feeling like I need to get to the jump early here.
No, I'm skeptically optimistic. I'm cautiously optimistic.
All right.
I'm hopeful, but we're gonna go into the game with Cruel on Bowser. By the way, the color choice on Bowser,
Fantastic.
so cool.
Or you could say it is cruel.
What? Sorry.
Anything could happen right here.
Yeah.
One stock is all we need, but Bowser's a heavy, heavy hitter. And it's another one of those characters that Easy Breezy is going to have to kind of work his way around. And it's going to be a lot of finding that perfect time to get a hit on. But something like that right on the edge, that could have been absolutely disastrous for Cruel.
And I feel like right now, the state. I'm going to talk about the state. What? Sorry.
The combos are incredible
That was
from Breezy.
insane. Whoa. Okay. Sorry. Okay. The stage. The stage. There's not. The last stage, there were a few places to hide. A few places to, take refuge, get your bearings. There's not a whole lot of that here. There's one platform and then the stage itself, and that's it. And it's. I feel like that. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I'm fangirling a little bit here over Easy Breezy. And the recovery.
If he could take off one more,
we're golden.
I don't think he's going to win this match. But if he could take one more stock.
No. No, here's the thing. This is, sorry, we have our coach yelling at us. This is crazy play. And even look at that. Look at that. That's not even a bad place to leave the next player.
No, absolutely not. It's 6-2.
A 6-2 lead.
It's 2 stocks, and it's tricky.
It's tricky.
It's tricky.
All right, you called it. You called it. But we have Tricky. I'm assuming he's going to be playing Rob up against Cruel as
Big
Bowser.
tournament player. If you go watch any professional tournament, there's at least one player that plays Rob.
Sorry. There's a lot happening
A
right now.
toy that I've always wanted as a kid. Rob the Robot.
Rob the Robot. You see, I did not know of Rob until last year when I was watching Rob be played by somebody, and I was like it was blowing my mind.
Powerful character. Very
Powerful
powerful
character.
character.
I think outside of Kirby, I think Kirby and Rob are my two favorite characters to watch be played. Like, they are just so entertaining. They're both so powerful, and if the right person is behind those characters, it's game over for whoever they're going up against. And I think Tricky is definitely one of those people where, like, especially in the position that the Sycamores are in right now, this is a good pull because Tricky can, kind of clean up what Easy Breezy was unable to pull through with that one stock, which even the fact that he was able to take a stock as Daisy up against Bowser.
Absolutely.
Which, that was such a fast stock. I was in the middle. That was like, what, 30 seconds?
We can only glaze Breezy so much, okay? Like,
I don't care. Like, this man deserves an award.
Of course he does.
He deserves an award. That was insane. But that was like, what, 30 seconds? If I'm.
It was quick.
It was
very
certainly
fast.
And so, like, just that was insane. So I think putting Tricky in right now to kind of, finish up what needs to be finished up with 6 stocks left, even if Tricky isn't able to pull through as much as we're hoping, we still have so much room left to go. We have one more player behind Tricky that we can use. This is Valpo's last player.
Yeah, absolutely. You also have to talk about the size difference. Bowser's one of the, if not the biggest player.
Yeah.
Right? And Rob is a short little guy. Rob's a short little guy.
Yeah.
It's the hitboxes are significantly different.
Yes.
Here come the homie stocks here, and
Here we are.
2 stocks.
We got 2 stocks.
2 stocks. That's all it is.
And I hate to say it. Oh, and there we go. Open with that. This is, I'm sorry. I'm so excited to see what this does. And like I said, even if, Tricky isn't able to pull through about as much as we were hoping, we still have that one player behind us who's kind of like Cad. Wook and Easy Breezy really left us in a very positive place. And so I think Rob just needs to get a good few licks in just to take down that one stock, even if he can just get one stock. That's all we need. This is, we can afford to be a little sacrificial right now. What do you think?
I would say so. We're at the end of the match. Let's throw everything we have left at him. I mean, we definitely used a lot of our top talent a little early in the game, right? But we definitely have the depth here to put something together and close this game out the way we want.
And this stage, once again, there are a few more places to hide for both characters, and so I think Valpo is capable of using that to their advantage. I'm hoping that Tricky can pull through and just get one stock off of Valpo, but right now, with that 98%, it's going to take a bit of a Hail Mary hit.
Yeah, with Bowser being so big, I mean, 100's not really at it, right? Like, you need to get up to that 110, 120, and he's slowly but surely getting there.
But it's just whether or not it's going to be fast enough, because right now, Rob only has 1 stock left in this game. And there we go. That is a bit of an unfortunate round, but I feel like Tricky definitely wore down Cruel a little bit. Kind of,
For sure.
And up next, this is what I've been waiting for. Up next, we have Athanasius. Seth is excited. We need to talk about Athanasius. Go ahead and take over that. Go ahead and...
Powerful.
Yes.
Powerful. If I had to pick one word, that's what it is. It's speed. It's power. It's knowing his controls when he's in the air.
This man is a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Absolutely.
He wasn't on the team last year, and it didn't even occur to me that, like, I was in here watching one of their practices, and I was like, this is interesting. And then he came in one of the matches, and I was like, where have you been? Where has this been? We've needed this for so long.
Lucas is an overlooked character.
Absolutely, and Athanasius plays Lucas so well. He knows every single bit, combo, move on that character so incredibly well, and knows exactly when to use it. I'm excited.
Very excited.
I'm excited.
This can only be fun.
I'm kicking my little feet under the desk, Seth. Kicking my little feet under
see.
the desk. We're very excited. We're very excited here. And I can tell the energy in the studio right now is a little tense because this is such a close match.
It is close, right? Having 7 to 3 and
No.
then
And then
suddenly 3 to 2.
Yeah.
Very different numbers. But not with Lucas.
No.
Not with Lucas.
And not with Athanasius. I'm sorry.
No.
This is
It's not happening.
This is this is a good place for the Sycamores to be, and I feel relatively confident. I'm not gonna. Like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic at this point because I feel like Athanasius is in a good spot, but also I feel like Cruel on Bowser is just this is gonna be a bit of a battle.
Having a tank like Bowser, hard to beat. Hard to beat, but you got one down.
We do.
Breezy kind of started it for you. Now you
gotta finish it.
Gotta finish.
And I think that Athanasius is fully capable of finishing it. And we are about to go into the game. Once again, with that reminder, we have a 3-2 lead to the Sycamores. Indiana State versus Valparaiso. This is about to be a very interesting match with that homie stock coming off of Valpo. And the fact that this is only our first match. This is a best 2 out of 3. I'd like to remind everybody at home. So this is only our first match that we can do, and then we have another one after this. And it all depends on how the Sycamores perform in that next match as well. And this is just, this is such a well matched up game right now. I'm so excited. Anything you want to say? So you got anything?
I mean, Lucas is definitely starting strong. It's just a matter of Bowser being such a high-tier character.
That's true. And I think the choice of this stage specifically is interesting. And Lucas is trying to fight so hard to get that recovery back, and he does it. That was amazing.
I mean, the edge guarding from Bowser is just almost unbeatable, honestly. Taking 58% before taking that first stock.
That's impressive. And I think Lucas is trying to figure out, or Athanasius is trying to figure out how to best get through the absolute brick wall that Bowser is with a character like Lucas. And it's definitely difficult, but I think some strategy needs to be employed here, and I think some strategy is being employed. It's just, I don't know. It might not be landing exactly as Athanasius is hoping it is in his head.
I mean, Cruel's a powerhouse. I mean, he's kind of shown that now. He's taken out, I mean, how many stocks now? 4, 5?
Something like that. Sorry.
I think he's gone 5 straight without dropping a stock. I mean, it's...
And the only person who was able to say that he lost a stock against was Breezy, which is insane. So this is very interesting, and I'm hopeful that Lucas is able to pull some of this edge guarding off that I am seeing him attempt to do. But I think Bowser and Cool is there we go. We are down 2-1 for the entire game. This is for all the marbles.
This decides us.
Very close. See if Athanasius can hold on to that recovery, and he does it. Cool.
Just get as much as you possibly can for that.
I am so
for
scared.
that second stock.
I am so scared.
It's close.
This is nerve-wracking.
Oh, he's trying for it.
And
he did it.
We go. That is
insane cheers around the lab
for the Sycamores for this first match. Wow. This is the first time this has happened this season. This is the first Sycamore win.
Clip it.
This is
That
the
was
first
crazy.
Sycamore win. Oh, Athanasius is breathing. He's taking a sigh of relief. That was insane.
He was like, "Can I be done now?"
That was stressful. I'm perspiring at a rate that I have not perspired in a hot second. That was terrible.
It's not helping us. It's like 85 degrees.
Yeah,
in this
it's
room right
really
now.
hot.
I'm wearing a jacket.
It's
not
very
ideal.
hot. But like, oh my goodness, that was insane. And I can see that like I feel like everybody just breathed like a sigh of relief. And now we just need to replicate that one more time.
The cheer that I saw around the room. Everybody stood up.
Everybody
got excited.
Had I been able to stand up, I probably would have. I don't want to knock anything over. I don't want to break things. That would not be good for our lovely esports lab that we love so much. After that win, how are you feeling, Seth?
We still got to win one more.
I think it's doable.
And I don't know if we're going to see any of the same players that we saw before, right? And you obviously have to be scared of players like Cruel. And I know there's probably a couple more on that roster that are just like him. So it's going to be a hard battle.
This is nerve-wracking. And even then, if Valpo does, somehow pull off a win, this is definitely, this could go either way, because then we go into that final kind of, that one match, because once again, best 2 out of 3 guys. Like, this could go for a while longer. And we are getting word that Valparaiso is sending a player in that we have not seen yet, Alola. And I believe we just got a sneak peek of who they are playing.
I think we did.
Little Mac.
Little Mac. Shout out Zergs. Shout out Zergs, one of my best friends.
Zergs, Maine.
Little Mac Maine.
Very big middle.
Promised to be an alternate if there was ever like 3 people here and there needed to be a 4th.
And honestly, we haven't had that issue so far.
By some sort of miracle, we might get one Little Mac back.
Maybe.
Just one day.
Maybe.
That
I'm not gonna wish that on anybody, because that means that people are ill or physically unable to be here, and I don't want that to happen.
Of course not.
But for that reason alone, I'm excited. I'm excited to see Wook go up against Little Mac, because I've never seen Wook play against Little Mac, honestly.
2 small-ish characters you're looking
Yes.
at. You're looking at a lot of ground. You're not going to be in the air a ton. Little Mac, really bad at maneuvering in the air. Really, really bad. If we can get those up Bs, just make Little Mac fly as much as possible. That would be my strategy going into this game. But also very heavy hitter. With having such a small hitbox and having that powerful of a hit.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. Little Mac is definitely one of those heavy hitters that you wouldn't necessarily expect to be a heavy hitter.
He's got boxing gloves on.
I
mean, no, I understand what you're saying, though.
You're not helpful.
I know.
Ugh.
I'm merely here to just make your day harder. That is
to make my day harder,
Yes.
specifically. I'm regretting this as we're going.
We're starting the game.
We're starting the game. Let's go. All right, we are starting from the top with a 12-12 Wook and Alola. I'm nervous.
Very nerve-wracking.
This is I'm nervy. I'm a little nervy. And I can see that everybody's very excited. No matter how the night ends, honestly, I feel like everybody's going to call it a good thing, because we pulled through.
Yeah.
We pulled through a win.
Great stuff.
And so, like, this is very exciting, but Lil Mac already has one good hit off of Luigi, and Luigi's percentage is up there quite a bit. She's quite high. So I'm intrigued to see where this goes, and it seems as though Luke is going to be unable to recover that, unfortunately. Seth, what are you noticing so far?
Just a bit of an unfortunate start, I think, so far. Still very playable for Wook. It's just got to work a little bit harder for it.
I think Luigi's recovery is just so difficult, especially if he gets hit far off the stage.
It's also not super fast. It doesn't help a lot. You can kind of see he's just kind of got like little legs running when he's walking across the stage. And
It's like
Little Mac has that little character moving, but still the powerhouse hitting, and it's difficult to maneuver around. But like I said, Little Mac is bad in the air. So if we can get him in the air, we can maybe juggle him a little bit.
I think that Alola is aware of Little Mac's weakness in the air, and so he is doing everything in their power to prevent Luke from being able to get up in the air. They know how to recover with Little Mac very well. This is a player that knows how to, just absolutely demolish. And there we go. An unfortunate loss. We are down by 2 stocks so far. And right now, Valpo has all 3 stocks original from their original player. This is definitely going to be a rough match to go up against. And I'm intrigued to see who the Sycamores put up next if Luke is unable to recover.
Oh, he has a bad recovery on that one. Unfortunate situation for Wook there, and that puts the Sycamores in a tricky spot going into the second game. But fear not, ladies and gentlemen.
Tricky, sorry. we are our favorite man. Easy breezy.
Easy breezy.
He coming.
Easy breezy,
coming.
beautiful.
He's coming. This is his aura. I have to talk about this for a second. This man's aura. And I'm not just like the general vibe that he has around him. He knows. He knows.
Of course he does.
He knows.
How can you not? He's traveled for tournaments. You think he doesn't know he's good at Smash? No.
He knows, and it's so like addicting. It's addicting, and like I cannot even begin to explain to you how. Oh, sorry, sorry. Carter is being he's reprimanding me on the teleprompter. Seth wants to go home.
I just work here.
He just works here, but yeah, I wish that we had our own little room so that I could say what I wanted. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, so we are down 3 stocks. I'm going to get us back on topic. We are down 3 stocks right now with Easy Breezy going up against Alola. Alola absolutely cleared out Wook.
Yeah, and Breezy's got to work some magic here. And like I said in the first game, Breezy is capable of seeing how Alola just played. Is that okay? I know what style I have to play to match that. Well, Daisy, projectiles, all that good stuff. And it's going to take more magic, right? We saw it in the last game. He took 6 stocks.
Or
more than that, maybe.
As
but
our good friend Bruno Mars would say, it takes a little finesse. And I think Easy Breezy is dripping in finesse. I'm sorry, I'll see my way out.
I think it's very capable that Breezy
I think Breezy is the
kind
Sycamores.
of brings the Sycamores back here.
I think he's capable of it. You're just not going to acknowledge my jokes.
Not at all.
No. Darn. All right. Well, we're going into the game. So here we are with Easy Breezy as Daisy, obviously, and Alola as Little Mac. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I mean, as you said earlier, Easy Breezy is in a bit of a tricky situation considering that he is starting with Alola with like at full stocks. And there's a lot of avoidance.
Yeah, and I know, like, to Breezy, this probably just feels like a regular game, right? It's 3v3 stocks, but you got to remember the entire team as a whole is down.
Yeah.
And
you gotta have a bigger picture.
Yeah, you have to play like you're behind, even though technically in this game right now you're not. And it's
that's hard. I know that's really difficult. And so, look at that. Breezy is just absolutely killing it. Let's see. Absolutely insane. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna shut up. The commentator's curse is coming out.
We're seeing some pretty good recoveries here from Alola, just trying to come back from the edge. And I think that's something that Breezy's definitely going to be looking out for. Edge guarding is going to be a little bit more difficult with this character, even though it's Little Mac. Little Mac.
And look, I got so excited.
Getting closer and closer.
I will say, look at those percentages. Little Mac has not been able to get a good, solid hit on Daisy almost this entire game. We're at 23.9% to 144.5. And
No, I'll be cursing.
I'm done.
It's all good, though. Breezy's coming
okay.
up on some good hits here.
I'm going to stop talking. I'm just going to... Seth, how do you think this is going to go?
I mean, it's gotten a little bit closer, right? Breezy just getting close to getting that last hit off. I mean, 158% is... I mean, you can tickle Little Mac and he'll fly off the map at this point.
Like that.
There he is.
Oh, no. Yes, like that, exactly. That was... Yeah, this is... Wow. We are also, by the way, this has been 30... Not 30. This has been almost about 2-ish minutes. 2 minutes and some change. What?
Nothing.
Oh. I looked away for a second. Did I miss something?
Nope.
Okay. I got it. I got it.
So Breezy's in a difficult situation here where it's same percentages, but he's up 1. But again, the team overall is down, so there's got to be some magic work here. If he could take this stock and potentially get some more damage on before he potentially loses one here. I mean, every little hit counts.
Whoa. That was...
And he's just going to use his drop down and just immediately get that hit.
That was a lot in 1 second. Yeah, that's honestly that's a good use of your one loss. Considering that Indiana State is only really down by 2 stocks right now. That's not a terrible gap. It's a very recoverable gap,
No,
especially
absolutely.
with
You
Breezy in the seat.
Yeah, you got Breezy on the 6 right now. I mean, he's gonna be a powerhouse. It's just the Breezy way.
The Breezy. That needs to be printed on a t-shirt. The Breezy way. And let's see if he's able to recover. And look at that. Look at that. Using that toad. Oh my goodness. And we need that down smash right there. Oh! I'm going to stop talking.
Little Mac hit a pretty good up.
Never ends
Pretty,
well for me.
pretty good up there.
So that's your now. I'm going to leave you.
Okay.
I'll play the occasional account because it doesn't end well for the Sycamores when I talk. So
That's fine. Oh, and stocks are going to be even here, but 112 for Little Mac.
I'm nervous.
Who knows what's going to happen here? Breezy just needs to get a couple more. Sycamore is still down by 3 here. Just trying to slowly inch their way back.
This is going to be a hard-fought battle either way. This is about where Breezy. This is about the position that Breezy was left in last time, but not the reverse. It was a reverse kind of situation. So even if Breezy is able to take this out, we can't really afford a ton of slip-ups, and we can't really, spare a ton of extra players. And we can't spare a ton of extra stocks because we just don't have the lead anymore.
He's going to take that 3rd stock from Alola.
Like it's nothing.
The Sycamores are finally free from Alola's grasp.
Alola.
And Breezy has 1 stock to try and keep the Sycamores crawling back to a lead here.
Isn't Aloha goodbye? Or is it, I think it's hello and goodbye.
Aloha is a hello and goodbye.
So Alola said aloha.
So
Laugh.
Breezy.
I thought that was fun.
Breezy's playing pretty strong,
Yes.
you know.
Very much so.
He got a little bit more difficult of a situation in this game, whereas in last game he was like, okay, this player is not as good, and I will wipe them off.
Yeah. I'm sorry, what? I don't know what that
Carter's typing things that don't make sense.
means. Yeah, Carter is...
Oh. Ladies and
We're
gentlemen,
back.
the return of trombone.
Isn't this the person that took out Breezy last time?
I can't remember.
No, it wasn't. It was
Is this Falco? Oh, this
Vortic.
is Falco.
It was Vortic. Vortic took out.
Yeah, but so trombone playing Falco.
He's back.
Breezy walked the park last game. Now,
Yeah, but also he
Different
had
scenario.
3 stocks.
very different scenario.
Very different scenario.
You never know what's going to happen here.
Never mind. Not going to say that. I was
Nope.
going to say something.
You're not allowed to talk anything about the future of this game anymore.
Okay. No more. No more. As of right now, though, the Sycamores have been playing pretty hard. Wook definitely put his best foot forward. Wow. He put his best foot forward. And that's just absolutely... Oh, my goodness. Okay. Yeah, he definitely... I feel like Breezy is in a good spot right now. Like, no matter what. Like, I feel like Trombone, since he walked the park with Trombone last game, I feel like maybe it is capable of being replicated. Maybe.
I'm not looking for some miraculous, incredible comeback right now from
I'm
the
not
Sycamores.
either.
I need to make that clear. Slowly crawl your way back.
Yeah.
This Valpo team is difficult to play, right?
Mhm.
You need to be able to take something like this and do what you can to try and slowly crawl back. It's highly unlikely that the Sycamores or just take all the stocks right now, right? Like it's this is still a very strategic game. There's only 1 stock to play with Breezy here, and he just has to kind of start a slow comeback for the Sycamores. That's all we need on him in this one match.
Yeah, we need maybe a 1 or 2 stock loss from Valpo to maybe even get us back on an even playing field, and then I think we're good. Even if that's all that Breezy is able to muster, that's fine. even just a one-stock loss, I'm really hoping that Breezy is able to pull something out for. Oh, that was a great dodge off of that laser. Sorry, that was impressive. This seems to be a pretty evenly matched match. And honestly, I think that this strategy is definitely being employed again right here, and Breezy knows how to use those platforms on the stage to his advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. And something like last game, he wasn't using the platforms very often, but with a player like Falco, who's pretty good in the air, it's necessary.
Yeah, and that's just this is the unfortunate part of adapting to your player and adapting to your opponent. But Breezy, as we said earlier, is very capable and very talented at doing so. And I feel like no matter where this ends, Breezy is going to be at the top of the tier list for Smash players on the Sycamore team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great recovery there by Trombone. I keep getting names mixed up in my head. It's too late for this.
We've seen a lot of people.
Yeah, there's been a lot of overlap. I'm not a fan of that. I wonder. That's too many people. Stuff is me. What are you thinking is gonna, just from here, what are you thinking is maybe possibly going to happen?
Well, I mean, it really depends on how Breezy handles this last stock. They're both at really high percentages. I mean, really, what we're just looking for at this point is just getting this one last stock. It's really hard to ask about. Oh, very well played. Projectiles for the win.
And just a one-stock lead for Valparaiso. And it's impressive considering it's taken about 2.5 minutes for Breezy to take that stock off. And, it's interesting. This is definitely an interesting place for Sycamore to be in. Because even if they put up someone like, let's say, Plasma Monkey up next.
That edge guarding was top tier, but just the recovery.
It was just too good. And that recovery right there, Falco tried to take that into the air. And Breezy was having none of it.
Very, very close for Breezy here. Wow, going to take that stock right there, down to one stock, but at 124%. What's he going to do with this one?
Even then, if we're left with Falco and Trombone at one stock, this is still a great place for the Sycamores to be as of right now.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a tie game right now. If Breezy's not able to take this stock, it's only a one stock deficit right now.
Yeah.
And we still have the depth of this team that is able to possibly recover from that.
Absolutely.
And I mean, thinking even further into the future as he goes down right there.
But that's not even a bad place to be. This is not a bad place to be at all.
No, yeah, and even then, like, if the Sycamores aren't able to recover this one, thinking even farther into the future, there's a whole other game to be played if we lose this one, right? We're still up 1-0 in games.
And this is about exactly what I thought the coach was going to do. We are getting Plasma Monkey up here for, I believe he mains DK.
Is this a DK main?
This is a DK main.
Is this what? That might be why Wook is playing Luigi.
Maybe. I don't know. But we do have Plasma Monkey up. And Plasma Monkey, although he is a newer player, he still has an understanding of the game and understands how to use his character to its best abilities. It's just whether or not he's going to be able... Oh, sorry.
Nope.
I was wrong. He plays Joker.
He's going to be playing Joker, yeah.
I thought
recently, I was there when he made the decision to switch to Joker.
Were you?
Yes, I was there.
Tell that story, Seth. He just made the decision.
He was playing with Joker one day, and he was like, wait, I'm not too bad at this. I can do this.
Yeah, so I think that, his decision to switch over to Joker is definitely, this could go either way. But quite frankly, Joker is such an interesting character. Such an interesting character. Especially going up against Falco.
I feel like last year we had a Joker main, and I can't remember who it was.
No, we didn't have one on our team. There was a Joker.
Are you sure?
I am borderline positive. Like,
I'm going to choose to believe you.
98.5% positive that we didn't have a Joker main. I could be wrong. That might be a Woot question or a Cam question. Cam is our coach, by the way. Cam, that may be a question for one of them, and I'm excited to see where this goes because, honestly, Plasma Monkey's improvement over this whole season has been astronomical. Like specifically focusing on Plasma Monkey's improvement, I enjoy watching him play because A, you can tell he's having fun either way, and B, he's like not terrible. This is a good position for him to be in to go after and clean up after Breezy whatever he was able to not pull through with his 3 stocks, 2 Falcos, 1. So, yeah. What are you feeling so far, Seth?
I mean, 1 stock and you don't have to play trombone anymore.
Yeah, but then who are they going to put up next? Cruel?
I mean, who knows?
If they put Cruel up next.
Cruel just might be their cleanup.
That's true. And that's fine.
Which means we wouldn't see him until the player after next, but
even then, if Cruel can wipe out however many stocks of ours, I mean, maybe. I'm expecting Valpo to put up Cruel after this, quite frankly. I love watching Gifford play. I'm sorry, I do. He's such an interesting character.
There's a lot of complexity in the character. There's a lot of different abilities.
He's so fascinating, and I enjoy the way that Plasma Monkey plays him. He definitely likes to explore the boundaries in the first stock, and then likes to kind of zero in on what is going to work best against this.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, that's a lot of how it is at the beginning of the game. But that's also, like, playing Plasma Monkey as first player on the roster probably wouldn't be as beneficial because he's still, still getting a feel for the very beginning of the game, and then also getting a feel for the player that he's playing. There's just a lot of adjusting to be done there.
Yeah.
But I think playing him late in the game like this is an absolutely smart choice.
I feel like he's a great person to come to when you need exactly what the situation is offering. You need somebody to kind of finish up the job that one of your heavier hitter players has been unable to finish due to whatever circumstances. This is a great place to put Plasma Monkey in. All things considered, this isn't a terrible place for the 6 match to be with a 5 to 7 score, two stock lead to a 2 stock lead to Valparaiso. So like, this isn't a terrible place, and I'm excited to see where this goes. 1-to-1 stock. How are you feeling, Seth?
I mean, 121's a pretty decent percentage here. I'm more worried kind of about the long term of the game here. If we take this 1 stock, I mean, we still have 4 to their 6, right? And it's, I don't want to think too negatively, but if we don't get this one, then it's 7 to 3, and
Yeah.
that's 3 different players that all have to take on one of our guys.
But you have to remember, even if we are unable to win the second match, there is one more final match.
That is true. We get a complete reset if we don't win this game and go into a little sudden death here, and that's going to bring us down to 7 to 3.
And this is honestly not a terrible place to be. This isn't a terrible place to be for the Sycamores. I am not upset whatsoever. I'd like to make that so clear. I'm honestly kind of excited to see what this next player does. I'm honestly, just his name is escaping my memory right now. Unk. That's
Unk.
it. Unk.
It's Unk. We got Unk.
As soon as I saw the U, it occurred to me. I am, I'm excited to see what Unk is able to pull through. Yes, now it's coming back to me. Unk is not a person that we play often. Is not a person that we tend to put in often.
Unique situations that we like to play Unk with.
But honestly, in this exact situation, this is what you would normally put Unk in for, especially against a player such as Falco. I'm excited. Unk typically mains K. Rool, and that it seems to be what he is going to be playing today. What are your feelings on K. Rool? Because I've heard that I've heard differing opinions on K. Rool. I can't remember what you thought last year.
I like him.
That's all.
I'm not like thrilled about the character in general. I mean, I've never played King K, but big lizard man. I don't know. Like,
Big lizard man.
it's hard to
yes.
have an opinion about a character that I don't know a ton about. He's
So-
a very big character. Falco is very small compared to King K, and anything could happen here.
Seth Berquist, everybody. Pulling through oh, they're laughing. I missed something.
His taunt included him taking 3% of his own.
Oh, is that
stock.
actually what that is?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's silly. That's silly. On the Nintendo devs. Silly guys. Sorry. It's really hot in here. That's all I can think about is how hot is this. It absolutely, I feel like, here's the thing. I love K-Rool, not against necessarily somebody like Falco. I feel like this is a weird place.
I can understand what you're saying here. The matchup is very unique. Not something that you're typically going to see, but I mean, if Unk is cool with King K, he's cool with King K. Like, I'm not going to harp on his main. He knows about his main more than I do. So his match is his match. I don't know. Like I said before, it could go any way. I don't know how it's going to go. And he's going to take a stock right there.
Look at that.
We're down to 2, but
that's okay.
it's close.
That's okay.
It's
That's
close.
okay.
Down to 2. And now it is a question of Unk being able to take
I have a
2
feeling.
players worth of stocks.
I have a feeling I know who Valpo is about to put up next. I have a strong feeling, and I don't think it's going to end well for the Sycamores.
It's happening.
I think Seth is.
It's happening. I just heard Cam say it.
Is it cruel?
Yep. All right.
Seth and I were on the same.
Buckle up. This is going to be a fun ride.
I'm settling in. I'm settling in for this. I mean, we've all seen how Cool plays. And this is definitely going to be an interesting match for Unk because I don't see Unk play all that often. Unk is one of those players that we don't roll out as consistently. So definitely making sure that sorry, we have other people in the studio right now. Making sure that, you know, somebody doesn't like, I don't know. This could go anywhere. Oh, sorry.
Double King K.
I love mirror matches.
Double King K. We love the mirror match.
I love mirror matches. Oh, and they're like the opposite. They're like inverts.
That's great.
The homie net, the homie stocks. I'm sorry, what?
There we go.
Let me just say. Oh, and you know, hits have been opened by the Sycamores, but it is instantly returned by the Valparaiso. This is a definitely interesting match. Oh.
Mirror matches are always hard.
Yeah, that's true. This definitely comes down to which player is just more skilled, because there's no like differing abilities.
But also, like, just because you play the same character doesn't mean you have the same play style, right? So it's okay. I know this person plays King K, and I also play King K, but that doesn't mean that we want the same amount of play on the ground or in the same amount in the air, right?
That's why I'm saying player skill level. So.
I'm not necessarily saying that it's a matter of skill. I'm saying it's a matter of adjusting to play style.
And that is exactly what I thought was going to happen. And I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I would like to make it known to everybody, we can go so many. Oh. It's happening.
Absolutely.
It's happening. Sorry. I'm really excited right now. This is the first time I think that we've had to go to a third round this season for the Sycamores. And
very fun.
honestly, I'm nervous. I feel like I've said that a lot.
It's a tough Velpo team, right? And,
yes.
I feel like we really found a groove in that first game. Very, very close win. Very, very close. Velpo found that rhythm in the second game, was 6 stocks ahead of us in the end.
And so now it's just a matter of whose rhythm is gonna beat the others.
It's gonna be close.
This is.
Noel's nervy.
I'm gonna have to take an ibuprofen after this because my head is already starting to hurt with the blood pressure that is accruing in my body. Yeah. How are you feeling, Seth?
I'm very curious about our player order.
Okay.
Because in a game like this where, like, this is it. these last 12 stocks this decides whether or not we're going to walk away here with a win. And we talked about it pregame, we talked about it mid-game, we're going to talk about it now. Player order is everything, right? And we're doing a thing here where we're not putting Wook in first, which we haven't done yet tonight. We're
opening with Athanasius.
Yeah, which I'm not saying is a bad pick. We were just
No.
talking amazing about him. Great player. Which means we might be saving Wook.
I think it might be time to give Luke a break. Give
It
him
might
a
be.
second.
It might be. I know he's not thrilled with how he played in the last match. I mean, I know kind of the mindset of Wook. And going 3 stocks to none in your second time up,
It's hard, yeah.
It's not easy, right?
It's a hard loss. But, you know, it's interesting. Oh, my goodness. Anyway.
Are they sticking with Cruel?
I think so. I think they might be sticking with Cruel, which is interesting. This is very interesting.
No?
Oh, never mind.
Going
Vortic.
Vortic. The return of Vortic.
Did you say, oh, lordy?
Nope.
Oh, sorry. I was like, what? So Vortic, honestly, this is a good matchup for Athanasius against Vortic, going against Greninja. This is interesting.
Greninja's fast, like I
Greninja's-
said previously.
But Athanasius plays Lucas.
Very true. This is going to be a tight matchup. It's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be a sweep on either side. I think it's honestly going to be a one-stock difference here in this first game.
That's true. I'm intrigued to see where this all goes, simply just because I feel like it comes down to, I feel like both of the players have a pretty similar skill level with their respective characters. And I feel as though, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like we might need to rely on some solid stage selection here. And it looks like they are going small battlefield, which is interesting. Actually, no, it's not. Now that I'm thinking about who we're playing up against, this is interesting. I am a little worried about it. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so we are starting completely. I just realized we haven't taken a break this whole stream.
We have not. We have
not
not.
taken a whole break
We've
this
not
whole
stopped
stream.
talking for
And that's okay.
over an hour.
That's okay. You know what? That just means this. Anyway, we're opening up with a completely new match. Each team is 1-1 right now, so this is for all the marbles, essentially. These last 12 stocks are essential for both teams. This could mean losses or a win.
Sycamores
Way.
don't have a win yet this year, do they?
No, they do not.
This is their chance. This is their chance. This is it. And it really starts with Athanasius.
I feel... I'm not going to say that, because I don't want commentators first to come back and...
Not allowed to speak about the future of the match.
I know. You're allowed to speak about the future of the match.
Yeah.
I think that...
I mean, choose not to. This is too close. This is...
I need you to help me out. I have thoughts.
No, I'm not putting your thoughts out there into the world.
Why not? That's what the play-by-play is supposed to do. You're supposed to read my mind and say it out loud. We have that connection. I think we could do it.
I don't know if I could read your mind.
Pretty close. Oh my goodness. Right now we have a pretty high percentages, honestly. And look at that. Stock lost from the Sycamores. My voice is starting to leave me. And this is interesting. This is an interesting place to be. I feel like we're a broken record, but honestly, that's all we can say. Right now, this could go either way.
I think we know everything we need to know about both teams, right? We know, I think at this point we know everybody's playing style. We kind of understand the characters that people are going to be playing. It's just a matter of who's better here. Like, that's what it is.
And honestly, I feel like both of the schools are matched up relatively well. And Sycamore's choice to put Athanasius first, which is honestly, it's not a bad choice. I'd like to make
I'm a
it
fan.
very clear. Neither of us are saying that this is a bad choice.
I'm a fan. I like it.
It's just different. And let's see who is able to
A lot of
recover.
flight here.
Look at that. Who's taken?
Oh.
There we go. That is unfortunate. That hurts. That hurts a little bit. But that does mean that Athanasius is at, you know, a lower percentage with, sorry, name is escaping me. Vortic up quite a bit. I will say.
There you go. He's going to get that one stock going. Hopefully that's given the Sycamores momentum to kind of keep going through this game, because it is a tight one.
This is my limited bouncing. It's no longer goody kicks. This is anxiety-driven bouncing. And there we go. Athanasius is currently taken out, and we are left with a 9-11, two stock lead to Valparaiso, and this is exactly the move that I was hoping the Sycamores were going to pull.
Our
Lord
resident number 2 player plays the second spot in every game.
Honestly, I'm not mad about it. I kind of wish, and tell me if I'm speaking out of turn here, I kind of wish they would have put Luke up after.
Just go Athanasius, Wook, and
then Breezy. Yeah. I feel like that's an interesting
I don't hate it.
order. I don't hate it either.
Valpo recently has been putting like their strongest player dead last, right? So we saw Cruel in the 3rd spot in the last match. He was in the 4th spot in the match previously.
Yep.
And we have a weird thing in where we're putting our very best players early, right? So there's this weird dynamic of we're clobbering them in the early half, and then they start to make their way back in the second half. And that's kind of what's keeping it a bit of a nail biter. I don't know how the game would honestly go if we opened up with Tricky and then say Plasma Monkey and then throw in Wook and then throw in Breezy, right? Like
I feel like it's one of those things where I don't think, and this is not me trying to say that Breezy is bad by any means, but I don't think Breezy has the skill level or has the ability to pull us back from such a stock deficit if we were to play in that style that you just described. Simply, I feel like dream lineup, hypothetically speaking, would probably be Wook or Athanasius first.
Okay.
And then follow that up with maybe a Tricky, a Plasma Monkey, something like that. Depending on how that goes, throw in Breezy or Athanasius, Wook, whoever you don't play first. And then if you don't play Easy Breezy, then you play Easy Breezy very last.
I like the thought. I'm not against it.
You see what my thought process is?
Yeah,
though?
absolutely. I definitely see what you're trying to say there. I think the strategy definitely works.
And obviously, we're not experts.
We're not professionals at all.
We're not professionals at this at all. We just sit here, we talk about it. But obviously, what the Sycamores have been doing worked the first round. Now, whether or not it's going to work this round, we are still left to see, because we are going to move to maybe we're going to move again.
There we go. Now we're going.
That took a second.
Getting Daisy dressed in white.
Oh, like a bride. Is she about to get married?
What?
I'm trying to get sets to break. I'm trying to get sets to break at least once during this stream, and I don't think it's going to happen. But that's okay. I feel like the strategy that Easy Breezy is going to have to employ here is going to be very careful. Apologies, I keep yawning. Ugh. It's been a long day. There's a lot of evasion on Breezy's part, and I think Vortic is going straight in for it. And I don't necessarily think that's a smart move by Vortic to go in straight ahead and just try to charge ahead. That feels very.
I mean, he saw what Breezy's capable of, right? Like, it seems a bit aggressive to say, hey, best player on our team, let's just go for it.
Aggression isn't necessarily a bad thing, though.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but to
like
put all your cards on the table at this point in the game.
That seems a tad foolish.
Yeah, just a smidge.
A smidge.
Just a smidge. A skosh, if you will.
A skosh. Ah, vocabulary lessons with Noel and Seth. Sorry.
Close to the edge of the map there. Is Breezy going to be able to recover? He does. The edge guarding from Vortic.
Honestly, I feel like both of these players are absolutely amazing at edge guarding and being able to use their abilities to support those edge guarding tendencies. And look at that.
Absolutely.
Look at that with no stock losses from the Sycamores so far. We're almost at an even match. And that's exactly what Breezy was sent here to do. He is doing his job well. And I could not be happier. You can't see it, but my face raying beam of sunshine right now.
Yeah. I'm nervous. I'll say it.
We're sitting
I'll say
here.
it. I'm
There's
nervous.
really,
I'm trying to come up with words, but
yeah,
really,
there's really not much that we can say other than sounding like a broken record. You know, both of these players are, very talented, very skilled. They know their character very well. Now it's just whether or not the strategies that they're going to employ are going to work against them.
he's going to take the stock. He takes him down completely without losing one. And we're tied at 9, and it's easy breezy on the sticks.
I'm so scared.
9-9. It's 9-9.
I'm so scared.
9-9. I can't really.
I'm so scared. Anyway, I'm so nervous. I cannot even begin to express to you viewers at home the level of knots that my stomach is in right now.
I think Breezy wants to take on Little Mac.
Why? Why?
Just 'cause.
Why?
I think he has like some beef with Little Mac or something. I'm not entirely sure. Who knows?
I'm so curious to see if they were going to send in Easy Breezy against Vortic. Here's the thing. I knew in my heart of hearts that that's how that was going to end, that Breezy was going to clear out Vortic, because that's what happened last time.
So close though. Getting up to like 120
It was
before taking out
close.
that last stock. That is nerve-wracking.
But that's what happened last time. So I wasn't surprised, and I definitely think Valparaiso is taking their time picking who is going to go up next, and I'm expecting Cruel. I'm expecting Cruel to come up and just wipe Breezy. But honestly, I feel like Breezy has found his groove, and it's dangerous for Breezy to come in and be, too cocky here. We need cautious optimism.
No, of course, and Breezy's going to be very, very careful about what comes up here.
Interesting.
We're getting Musty Tater.
Musty Tater.
Musty Tater.
This is an interesting choice on Valpo's part. With a tie game, unless Musty Tater, honestly, do you remember anything from Musty Tater's run? I can't remember.
I can't remember his main.
I can't remember his main. I can't remember. Kirby. It's Kirby. Ooh. Kirby up against a full stock Daisy. Easy breezy. This is going to be interesting. Interesting.
I'm going to make a prediction.
Don't. Just don't.
But I want to.
Just don't.
I want to make a prediction here.
Nope. We're going to go to a break so that I can stop Seth. And this is taking a second. So we're going to go to a quick break. And we will see you guys back in a few, probably seconds, honestly. And we are back. We are back. Everybody's finally ready. Valpo needed to take a minute to figure out what their next strategy was going to be. My eye is very blurry right now, and I don't know why.
We get Daisy.
We do get Daisy.
Easy breezy.
Yes. So we are going straight into the game. We had Musty Tater up as Kirby. This was an interesting matchup last time, and I feel like, first of all, Breezy is in a much better place
I'm going to agree with you.
than he was last time.
I'm definitely going to agree with you. We might see a situation here where we actually get to see Breezy play Cruel, which we haven't seen yet.
I feel like that's going to be like one of the most entertaining things of the century.
That's what people want to see, honestly.
That's what I'm waiting here. I want to see that. I need to see a Breezy against Cruel matchup, even if it's off stream. I kind of just won't watch that happen. I think I'd pay money to watch that happen, actually. How about you? You think you'd pay good, hard-earned money to watch Cruel and Easy Breezy each other?
I don't know if I would pay money to watch a game of Smash Bros, but
I would. I would absolutely do that.
it would definitely be interesting to watch.
I feel like you'd probably pirate my viewing of that. Right now, honestly, Daisy's putting up quite a fight. There we go.
The use of projectiles, ladies and gentlemen.
I love it so much. The energy of the studio is palpable.
It's because you know, like, it's hard not to have.
My heart is pounding.
It's hard not to feel the energy in this room right now, right? Like we're up 1 stock in the 3rd game, like, and we haven't had a win yet this year. Like, it's bubbling in here.
We didn't have a win technically last year. I think this will be the first true win in Sycamore Smash Bros. History. And I mean that wholeheartedly. Full-chested. I think that is exactly what is about to happen. And, or I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that's what's going to happen. And let me just say, I feel like, I don't know how to explain this. I feel like Musty Tater's use of Kirby is very predictable. And that makes me, this is making me question why Valpo has put up Musty Tater right now against Easy Breezy with his full 3 stocks. Like, I wonder what the strategy is there. Wholeheartedly, like, I'm questioning what they've got in store if we are going to get a Cruel versus Easy Breezy match.
You know, it's hard to say, you know? I mean,
because we're still at a pretty high stock right now. We are at 9 versus 8, which is, you know, it's not a low stock amount. And so, like, I feel like putting up Musty Tater right now against Easy Breezy, knowing that you're probably going to get your floor wiped a little bit, is interesting.
very good maneuvers there from Breezy. Getting under Kirby there.
And let's see if Breezy's able to make this recovery. This is a high percentage, and I really need Breezy to hold on to those 3 stocks about as long as possible.
It's possible he goes 3-0 here, but he's got to be very, very careful. Oh, and he's going to drop one.
Seth. Seth.
That one's on me. That was my bad.
We're still only at a 1 stock deficit, though, which honestly is not a bad place to be.
No, absolutely not.
Reiterate that to viewers. This is not a bad place for the Sycamores to be whatsoever. And I'm not mad about how this is going whatsoever. Oh, that hit with a turnip was great. And look at that. The hit with Toad. Energy is palpable. We are at a 2 stock deficit. Well, we're at a 2 stock lead, technically, to the Sycamores.
Yes.
And this is interesting. This is an interesting place to be at.
I want to see I want to see it happen.
We're excited.
I want to see it happen.
I feel like I know what's about to happen. Actually, no. I don't know what's going to happen. You want to know what I think is going to happen?
What do you think is going to happen?
I think they're either going to put up Cruel to try to take out Breezy.
Mm-hmm.
Or
with a 1 stock advantage, by the way.
With a 1 stock
It's
advantage.
very possible.
Or they may send in a Lola on Little Mac.
Also possible. Little Mac.
Little Mac up against Daisy.
Dude, I don't know which would be more fun, honestly. Breezy's grudge match against Little Mac or taking on the big man.
I think that if Breezy is able to take out Alola, which I do think is fully possible, I think that they would send in Cruel, and that would be a great way. Like, I'm just sitting here thinking about, like, final match-off, like, final standoff for the, like, putting up Cruel up against Easy Breezy.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the most cinematic ending to this stream. Like, even that, I don't know. I'm scared. I'm scared, Seth.
It's close.
Seth is nervously playing with his headphone wires.
It's close.
And I'm like, I can't muster anymore because I'm
I want to see
drained.
Cruel. I want to see Cruel.
I don't.
I'm sitting here in anticipation, staring at Cam, waiting for him to say who's coming.
They've put up Wardick, Musty Trombone. Wow, Musty Trombone. Musty Tater and Trombone.
Musty Trombone. That's good.
That's a band name.
That's
Musty
write it down.
Trombone. So absolutely, I don't know. I feel like if they put up a Lola, they did say, here's the thing. They honestly could put up players that they haven't put up yet. That
I mean,
is
who knows?
fully possible. If their roster is as deep. I'm hearing them strategizing about what they think they're going to do. We're going to go to a quick break because Valpo, oh, there it is. There it is.
We're doing map bans. We're getting cruel. It's cruel.
We're getting cruel.
Guess who's excited?
This guy.
Seth Bergwist.
Oh, Cruel plays Bowser, right? Cruel is Bowser.
He played with King K last game.
Oh, so he's versatile. I'm assuming.
Okay, well, either way, he's playing big guys.
Big
So
guys.
it's between Bowser and King K. I mean, he's probably going to play Bowser here. I think he was absolutely
I think
like a powerhouse with
Bowser.
Bowser. Yeah.
There you go. I don't know. I feel like it'd be interesting to see him play a DK. If he does. Maybe. Possiblemente. I don't know. I feel like where we're at right now, we have a 2-stock lead. I had to recheck the scores really quickly. Oh my goodness.
Good morning.
I apologize. It is so... It's not even that late. It's 8:30. It's 8:30 here. It is not that late. I should not be this tired. This is interesting. We are going to go to a quick break simply just because... Oh, never mind. Never mind.
We're playing the game now.
We're playing the game now. Never mind. We're going to go... It's time. It's time. Let's do this. 8-6. Sycamore's up by 2. Let's go. And Cruel is playing Bowser. This is... We're going to pull that homie stock off of the Sycamores because we do unfortunately have a 1-stock deficit in this one specific game. And that does give Valpo, a chance to...
I guess a technical advantage.
Yes, it's a technical advantage, but
But
still...
if Breezy can take some stuff down here, like,
in
we
the-
still have a lead.
I know, but, like, I want Breezy to stay in
No,
as
no,
long as
I'm not
possible.
disagreeing with you or anything.
I
Like, I'm...
watching Breezy play.
Of course we love watching Breezy.
We are glazing Breezy so much
Yeah.
in this game. It's kind of last night me and Colin on the Rocket League call were glazing Fix Nico quite a bit. So,
Team captain.
I mean, he deserves it.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
He's pretty good. Yeah, I would like to make a note. I don't think oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I don't think I made a note about this earlier. Seth, my friend next to me, is on our Rocket League team. You guys should absolutely watch our Rocket League streams on Tuesdays. They're great. Rocket League team is phenomenal. You guys are good. Enjoyable to watch.
We try.
And this is definitely this is an interesting place to be in. I can see that all of us are just kind of waiting in anticipation to see which way this is going to go. And not a stock has been lost on either side. And
Nah, one's going to lose one.
ow. You didn't need to do that.
Very close still here, 121 on Cruel.
I apologize, Carter. I just got smacked in the back of the head by my co-host.
That was very light. It was a tap. There we go. Breezy's taking a stock there, down to 0% for each, but Breezy's still got to take 2 stocks off of Cruel here.
Honestly, still not a bad spot for the Smash to be in. This isn't a bad spot at all. We still have that 2-stock lead. I would love to see Breezy be able to take even just 1 more stock off if that's all he's able to do. Thank you, Carter. Carter's defending me on my teleprompter. I feel like even if Breezy's only able to take 1 more stock, putting whoever is next in a better position to, make that move. I don't know who we'd put up next. There we go.
There we go.
That is exactly what I wanted to
73%. It is a difficult task to try and take Cruel down right now, but I am not putting it past it.
I am not either. I feel like Breezy has done what he came here to do, and that's all that we can ask for. I'm not mad about the state of the game right now. I love the use of that Toad combo. I love that little Toad ability. It's so cute. Okay, this is so not related to the game. I love the animation style.
Oh, no way he comes back from the crit.
The
No way he comes
save.
back from the crit.
What? My mouth is open.
Incredible recovery.
That was
You love to see it.
oh.
It's not over. Never say never. Never say never.
I'm so
Perfect
scared.
edge guarding.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
Fought to the end.
We are still at a 2-stock lead, though. And I believe... Who are we going up against?
I think we're getting Wook.
Wook?
Nope. I think we're getting Trick. I lied. We're getting Tricky.
Who are we getting?
Are we getting Tricky?
Who are
We
we
getting
getting?
Wook?
What's happening here? We're getting Tricky.
We're getting Tricky.
We're getting Tricky. No? Yeah?
We're getting Wook?
No?
Nope. Tricky's sitting down.
I don't know what's going on. What's happening? Okay,
I'm
it's
going to say we're
Tricky.
getting Tricky, yeah.
I think we're getting Tricky. This is an interesting play. Tricky likes to main Rob, and I have a feeling. Selective hearing, sorry.
That's not how you spell selective.
He's not a great typer. We love you, Carter. This is an interesting place for the Sycamores to be putting Tricky in right now at try that again. Putting Tricky in to play as Rob against Bowser, against Cruel on Bowser.
You need one stock.
I
need
know
one.
we need one stock, but
All it takes is one.
I don't want to sacrifice.
And then Little
any
Mac
of
is going to come
our
in later.
stocks.
We have Wook coming in later, though. So if Tricky doesn't play perfectly here, look, he has to take down 4 stocks straight without losing 3. Difficult. Difficult.
Yes, very difficult. I am so sorry. They're doing a button check really quickly. While they're doing this button check, we're going to go to a quick break so that we can compose ourselves and take a quick break from these headphones because these hurt. I'm not going to lie. So we will be back for the actual match after this button check. We will see you then. And we are back. We're going to go straight into that game. And we are, once again, to remind the viewers at home, we are going Tricky as Rob and Cruel as Bowser. And I believe that Cruel has lost 2. No, 1. Sorry.
No, he's lost 2.
No, he's lost 2? I was right. I was right. Oh, my goodness. I can remember things. This is definitely a good place for Tricky to be at because the last time he was... I can't remember who he played last time, quite frankly. But I think the issue with Rob is that he's not a very fast character.
No, I mean, typically not, but also when you're playing a character like Bowser, I mean, he's not super fast either. He's too big. But
I know, but the way that Cruel has been moving with Bowser, he knows to account for that recovery time that's necessary. And I'm hoping that Tricky is able to pull through and get some good hits. Maybe take off that last stock.
all it takes is one.
All it takes is one.
All it takes is one. He doesn't need to play perfect because we have Wook coming in if he can't keep all his stocks through this, right? Like, it's hard to say that Tricky is going to be able to come in here, take the stock off of Cruel, and then go with 3 stocks in a row on Little Mac, right? But Wook is perfectly capable.
The only thing that I can think of is after this, the only person they have left is either Vortic or a logo. One of them. Or someone. I don't know.
It's getting real close here. That now at 125. Tension's rising. trying to get the #1 player on Valpo off the stage.
And I am scared. I am so nervous.
135. We're starting to hit that range where Bowser can't take much more.
Oh, there we go.
That was a big
game.
power hit.
This is a tie game.
It's a tie matchup. 146 on Bowser, though. He's got to be extra careful here.
The issue is that if Tricky does lose this, we are at a deficit, no matter how you look at it. And so even if Luke does come up against Cruel as Bowser, this is going to, it's going to take a borderline miracle for us to...
180's a lot.
I just need Rob to get one recovery. And there we go. Don't hit me, Seth. Please don't. That's all I ask. All right.
It's down to Wook.
That's down to Wook.
He needs to take down 4 while keeping 3.
Wook has the entire world of pressure.
He's got to take 1 stock off of Bowser. And he needs 3 from most likely Little Mac.
We're not going to get our Little Mac grudge match.
Darn.
No.
That's devastating. This game could have gone anyway, honestly.
I know.
You think of all the different ways that this could have gone differently. We were easily 1 hit away from taking Cruel down. We were easily 1 hit away from Breezy taking Cruel down 2 players ago. If either one of those 2 would have been able to just get 1 more hit, and that is the difference when it comes to MVC Smash Bros. I mean, it's such a close conference.
Oh, he's going up as Luigi. This is an interesting pick to go up against Bowser. I'm not going to lie. This is a very interesting choice. Oh my goodness. Here's the thing. We know that we know what Wook is capable of. The viewers at home know what Wook is capable of. He's, a good player. He is obviously talented with Luigi.
Oh, yeah.
But we're going up against Cruel here.
He's locked in.
He's got his headphones in.
He's locked in.
Okay. We talked about this during the last match. I'm gonna go ahead and take us to the game, but we're gonna continue this conversation.
Yeah.
We talked about this last time. Me and Colin have always wondered what Wook listens to during these matches.
Has nobody asked?
No. And I kind of want to ask him. I feel like this is something.
How is nobody asked?
We've gone through 2 years. Last year, I just never thought to ask him because, well, first of all, I was scared about half the people in that room last year. But on top of that, I don't know. It's just never occurred to me to ask, and so now I feel like I need to ask because that's kind of important information for me to have, I don't know. Am I crazy?
Not at all.
I feel like I might be. I think he is.
Oh.
He thinks I'm crazy, guys.
I am locked into this last stock from Cruel that we've been staring at for a long time.
I know. I would like to make it very clear. We don't dislike Cruel, but we really want a Sycamore win today. And I really want it to come from Luke. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I feel like Luke has the ability to pull it off, and that recovery, phenomenal. Ooh. There we go. And if Cruel wipes out the rest of our team, more power to him. He deserves all of the glazing in the world. I'm not gonna lie. Seth, I need you to say something because I can't keep talking. I think both of us are.
I'm trying.
Out a little bit.
I'm trying to think of something to say. I mean, Cruel's at 93, but I mean, we've said it a couple times previously with Bowser. It's like you need a high percentage to be able to get that high. To get that last blow.
Yeah, this is not a high enough percentage. Luigi's getting up there. Luke is getting up there, unfortunately. And I think this stage obviously does not provide a lot of places for anybody to hide, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it may be beneficial to Luke especially to give himself some time to compose himself in between hits, and not have to rely on staying on those edges that Valpo in general is just very talented at guarding those edges. The edge guarding from Valpo is crazy.
And he got the crit right there.
Wook pulled it off, and this means...
With 2 stocks remaining.
This means... okay. I don't know who Valpo is going to put up next. I don't know. I can't remember who we've played in this game so far. I don't know if you can.
I know it's going to be Little Mac.
If it's Little Mac,
I know it's going to be Little Mac.
tears will be shed. Tears will be shed right here. But honestly, I would like to make it very clear. I'm not mad with the outcome of this game whatsoever. The Sycamores have played incredibly well this entire game. All 3 matches that we've gone through so far, the Sycamores' effort has been amazing. And I'm very proud of all of them.
No, they played incredibly well. Closest they've come to a win so far this season. Still very possible that they pull out a win here, only down 1 stock.
And I can see Wook is taking his time. The breath. We're going to take a quick break here because I think all of us need to take a collective breath. And yeah, I think that's a good call.
This is a great idea.
We will see you guys in a few minutes. And we are going straight into the game with, I haven't had a chance to update the name, but we have Alola as Little Mac. Apologies. There
We get the homie stock, and it all comes down to this.
okay. Be honest with me, Seth.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, what are the chances?
They're up there.
Up there?
They're up there.
They're up there.
They're up there. Don't put it past Wook to perform some miracles right here.
I'm not. That's not what I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about the matchup between Little Mac and Luigi. That's my concern. I'm not doubting the characters' abilities. Not the players. It's literally just these 2 characters' abilities just have such different strengths and weaknesses, and I don't know whether or not it's gonna bode well for the Sycamores if this. I don't know. I just don't know. And there we go.
Down to 1, needs 3.
Everybody's so scared.
The silence.
I feel like we're watching a golf game.
The silence in the lab right now.
We are all just on the edge of our seats to see if we can pull this off. And I think he can. I think that even if he removes 1 stock, we can call that a valiant effort. And it has been a valiant effort by the Sycamores.
He's going to get 1.
There we go.
Needs 2.
1. We just need 2 more stocks. And honestly, Wook is playing very strategically right now. Wook is evading attempting to evade almost every single hit that Little Mac is throwing at him.
Oh, but as soon as he finds an air, he's getting combos off, which is exactly what you need.
Yep.
Very close to the edge on that one. Going to try and make a recovery here.
And he makes it. And look at that.
So nice little throw there.
This is definitely, once Wook gets into his groove, it's hard to break him.
Oh, no.
And that is unfortunate with the Valparaiso win. I'm not even mad.
No, you can't be mad.
I'm not even mad.
Can't be mad.
Like, that was a great ending.
Lost by 2.
This is not
Two
bad.
2 stocks is all it takes.
This is not a bad place to be. That's so interesting. I am blown away. I'm not going to worry about interviewing anybody today.
I wouldn't.
I'm not worried about it. Post-game report, Seth. What are you wanting to point out specifically before we head out?
I mean, I'll glaze Breezy one more time. Easy Breezy. Just saying hi. Just played well. You know.
I think
we'll say it every week. He's just incredible. He's good at working magic. Wook has found a groove.
Yes. I was about to be like, we need to give Wook some love too, and we also need to give some love to Athanasius.
Fantastic player.
Great.
Fantastic player. He came in when it mattered, did what he needed to do.
He did his job, and he did it well.
Really, this game could have gone down to anything.
It
right?
could have.
Like, we knew Valpo was a strong team going into this. We knew that we had improved, though. And, like, we've been making this little improvements every week. And I'm honestly surprised that we put up such a hard fight. And, man, I can't wait for the rest of the season.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited to see where the season goes. Honestly, dittoed everything that he said. I feel like another player that needs to get recognized, I'm not going to lie, is Plasma Monkey. He showed up for a blip of a second, but he did show up and help out a bit, even if it was just to tire down the players that he was supposed to be there for.
Yeah, I mean, every player has their role, right? And,
Exactly.
And Cam said, Plasma, I need you to do this. And Will said, all right, I'm going to do it. And I think that it's not just Plasma that does that, too. It's every single player. It's I know you're not going to be able to take all 3 stocks off this player. I need you to get something out of him, right?
Yeah.
And that's what all of them are capable of doing. And the depth of this team is getting better, and we're getting stronger, and the future's bright.
Yeah, that's all I have. Like, I think we have nothing else to say.
Yeah.
This has been a great night. I'm not upset. I am thrilled, honestly, with the way that this game has gone. I've been Noel Callahan.
Seth Berquist.
And thank you so much to Carter for doing our teleprompter and for helping to mod the chat, as well as Emma Dawson back at home for helping to mod the chat. We appreciate both of them so much. Friday night. Friday night, we have a Valorant stream.
5 p.m.
5 p.m.
5 p.m.
5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a stream against, I can't remember who. Off
Valpo.
The top of Valpo. We have a Valpo again. For Valorant, and I believe is Cullen Light.
Yep.
And
Me.
Seth. Seth is coming back. Okay.
Twice in a week.
Well, now you're going to live my life.
Spending all my time here.
Hi. Now you know how it lives. It's like,
At least I play one of the games, though.
That's
so
true.
I'm not behind this desk all the time.
Yeah, no, I live behind this desk. Anyway, it has been a great night. We will see you guys on Friday at 5 p.m. EST with Cullen and Seth for Valorant against Valparaiso. Once again, I've been Noel Callahan.
Seth Berquist.
Thank you so much to Carter and Emma, and we will see you guys later. Have a wonderful evening.